Hi friends, this is Swami. See, last classes we discussed van der Waal interaction, then gas laws. So based on that van der Waal interactions and gas laws, how they are asking the questions like NEET and JE point of view. So we have to observe some questions. So how they have to ask the questions. See, so this is the question number 1. So dipole, induced dipole interactions are present in which of the following pairs? That option 1, so HCl and helium. Second option SiF4 and helium. Then third option H2O and alcohol. Then option 4 Cl2 and CCl4. So once they asked this question NEET, so then how we should solve this van der Waal interaction? Actually, generally we had discussed lecture number 1 some different type of interaction. So in that interaction, so dipole and induced dipole interactions. Dipole and induced dipole interactions here. So generally we know then dipole can be formed in between which molecule here. So then let us say for example HCl we have. So HCl which is having a partial negative charge and a partial positive charge. So chlorine is the most electronegative element when compared to hydrogen. So then electrons attracting towards itself, it will get a partial negative charge and it will attaining a partial positive charge. Right? So then this is a dipole. It is a dipole. It is a dipole. It is a dipole molecule. Induced dipole means what we have to take here. So induced dipole means so like non-polar molecule we can take here. So dipole is what here? It is a polar molecule. It is a polar molecule. Right? So induced dipole means non-polar molecule we can take here. So what are the non-polar molecules we can take here? Right? So generally then H2 molecule, then I2 molecule, then N2 molecule, then Cl2 molecule. So these are the non-polar molecules. Right? So in these non-polar molecules, so in generally the noble gases also we can consider as a non-polar molecules only. Right? So then we can observe this one. So HCl and helium. In between this, so which is having a dipole, induced dipole interactions are present here. So helium is having that helium molecule. So helium molecule is having that. So in generally then induced dipole. It is partial positive and partial negative charge. So generally in this case there is no dipole, but which can create itself dipole. So that's why we have to call it as a induced dipole. Right? So in between this interaction we can say as a dipole, induced dipole interactions are present here. So then what about remaining this? Right? So we can observe here in SiF4 molecule which is having in a covalent in nature. SiF4 molecule is having that covalent in nature. Right? And this the helium is having that induced dipole here. So covalent is a more than when compared to a so covalent interactions are more stronger interactions when compared to a van der Waal interactions here. That we know already here. So that's why this SiF4 and helium does not exist here. In between H2O and alcohol, so alcohol formula is ROH. When it is interact with water, so which can form a hydrogen bond here. It can form a hydrogen bond here. We know that hydrogen bond is a stronger interaction than this van der Waal interactions here, right? So in between that Cl2 and CCl4 here, so Cl2 CCl4 here, CCl4 which is having a covalent, right? So in between these molecule covalent interactions are present here, right? So generally dipole, induced dipole, what type of interactions are present? I mean which example belongs to this dipole and induced dipole means so HCl and helium. So which can shows that dipole and induced dipole interactions. Yeah. So once they ask a NEET question also this one. That next question we can discuss now. So second question. So regarding a Boyle's law. So how they are asking the question regarding this Boyle's law here means. So actually we have here two containers. So in these two containers. So container 1 we have a pressure 5 atmospheric pressure and 20 liters volume we have, right? So 20 liters volume we have. Then here in this container we have a 20 liters of volume we have, and these two can be separated by a like a cork or separator. Cork or separator, right? So then when we open this cork here, right? So this value will enter here, and what about its pressure? What is the pressure of this container? What is the pressure of this container? So they have to ask this question here. So what is the pressure of this container here? How we should measure that pressure of this container here means? So very simple here. According to Boyle's law, if two gaseous molecules, two volumes are there here means, so we have to use this formula, right? So P1 V1 that equal to P2 V2. P1 V1 equal to P2 and V2 here, right? So we know if it is a container 1 means, so pressure P1 that equal to 5 atmosphere and V1 equal to 20 liters here. V1 is having that 20 liters here, right? So then here volume 2 V2. So how much will be present here? V2 in this container. See here P2, how much we should take here? V2 here means. So generally V2 how much we are taking here? When we open this cork, and this volume will be here. So initially we have a volume is a 20 liters here. So then finally then volume is how much here means 20 plus 20. So 40 liters we have. Then what about the pressure? P2 will be present in this container here means. So how we should solve this? By using this formula. So P1 means we know now, that is 5 atmospheres into V1 is a 20 atmospheric pressure, that equal to, so then P2 we have to calculate here. Then V2 is how much here? 40 liters, and then P2 equal to, so 5 into 20 by 40, that equal to 2.5 atmospheres. 2.5 atmospheres, and this much of pressure will be presenting in this container. Yeah. So like this we have to solve the question, whatever they are given that question means. So maximum they have to give. So like this point of view only they have to ask regarding a Boyle's law. Yeah. So next question. See next question. So a flask capacity 2 liters heated from 35 degrees Celsius to 45 degrees Celsius. What volume of air escape from flask here, right? So generally what volume of air can be escaped from the flask? So how we should say then how much can be escaped from this flask here this? So generally then volume, so that is a V2 minus V1. We want to calculate this one. V2 minus V1. So volume of V1, so that we know that is 2 liters. We don't know this V2 now. So then how much volume will be presenting in that flask only we don't know now. So then we have to calculate that how much volume is presenting in that flask. Then after that how much flask can be escaped here, right? So according to which law we have to solve this one, right? So according to Charles law we can solve now, right? They are given options also. Option 1 is a 10 ml, option 2 is a 20 ml, option 3 is a 60 ml, option 4 is a 50 ml here, right? So how we should solve regarding this one here is, right? So then according to which law we have to say we have to solve this one is, so by using that Charles law, so we can use this problem here. We can solve this problem here, right? So then at constant pressure, so then volume is directly proportional to temperature here. If two gases are present here, so then V1 by T1 that equal to V2 by T2, right? Here we know that V1, so V1 is how much here? 2 liters. So and T1 is how much here? So T1 is a 35 degrees Celsius. So 35 degrees Celsius means we have to converting in that Kelvin. So that is a 273 plus 35. 273 plus 35 here, right? And here, so then V2 is how much here? We want to calculate that V2 only na. Then what about this T2? Then T2 equal to 45 degrees they are given here. 45 degrees means, so 45 degrees Celsius plus 273 Kelvin. 273 Kelvin, right? So here 273 plus 35. So how much here? So it is a 308 Kelvins, and this is a 318 Kelvins, right? So we can substitute for all this value in this. So then V1 is a 2 by T1 is a 308 by V2 is a, we want to calculate this V2 only now. So then T2 is a 318 Kelvin. Then V2 equal to, so how much you will get here? So 2 into 318 by 308. If you have calculated this one, means you will get a 2.06 will get here, right? So this much of volume will get here in liters, right? So generally how much volume is escaped from here means, so V2 minus V1 we want to calculate here. So 2.06 minus, so V1 is how much here? 2 liters we have, 2 liters. 2.06 liters minus 2 liters, so that equal to 0.06 liters. 0.06 liters means that is a 60 ml. 60 ml. So option 3 is correct. Option 3 is correct. Clear? So like this we have to solve regarding a Charles law. Right? So next question we have to solve here. See, so next problem. So gas cylinder maintained at a 10 atmosphere pressure and a 300 Kelvin temperature. The cylinder will be explode if pressure of gas goes beyond, so 15 atmosphere. What is the maximum temperature to which gas can be heated here? So option 1 400 Kelvin, option 2 500 Kelvin, option 3 450 Kelvin, then option 4 that is a 250 Kelvin here, right? So which one is correct option regarding this one, right? So in generally we have a cylinder here. In this cylinder, so which can be maintained, so 10 atmospheric pressure and 300 Kelvin temperature here. And this gas can be exploding here. This gas can be explode here. So when it is explode here and the pressure, this pressure become a 15 atmospheric pressure. This pressure become a 15 atmospheric pressure here, right? So then what is the maximum temperature to which gas can be heated here? When we heated this gas, so how much temperature is maintaining here? That is temperature, how much can be present in this when it is explode here. So then how we should calculate, by using which formula we can solve this one here, miss, right? So we have a P pressure and temperature. Here also we have a pressure, then we want to calculate the temperature here. So which formula we can use here? So that is P1 by T1 that equal to P2 by T2. P2 by T2, right? So at constant volume, so then pressure is directly proportional to temperature, that is nothing but a Gay-Lussac's law, right? So based on this Gay-Lussac's law, we can solve this problem. So P1 is what here? P1 is a 10. So then by T1 is a 300 Kelvin that equal to, so P2 they are given 15 atmospheric pressure. Then so we have to calculate the T2 only here. So if the T2 equal to 300 into 15 by 10. If we are calculated this one means, so we'll get a 450 kelvins. 450 kelvins. So which option is correct regarding this one? Option 3 is correct. Yeah. So like this they have to ask the question like NEET and JEE point of view. They have to ask the question. So next we have to discussing in that ideal gas equation. What is the derivation of that ideal gas equation? How we should solve the based on that ideal gas equation. Questions also we can solve.